What is going on, everybody? It is your boy Benjamin Gibby here, back with the Grid Meat channel, and today I'm going to be talking about the best off-road overland vehicles that you can get right now for under $5,000. If you're new to my channel, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on another one of my future uploads. Without further ado, let's get into this list. If you're looking for a budget overland vehicle to dominate on the off-road, look no further because this is the car for you. You might be scratching your head right now and asking, what is ISUZU? ISUZU is an automotive manufacturer mostly targeting the Japanese market, but in the late 1980s, ISUZU decided to expand their market into the States. People liked ISUZU's trucks because they were cheap, reliable, and most importantly, they were capable. Since 1984, over 500,000 ISUZU trucks have been sold in North America. Toyota owns a large share in ISUZU, so you can be sure that these are built to last. The second generation of the Trooper was produced from 1992 to 2006. The car came stock with a 3.2 liter inline 4-cylinder engine that produced 175 horsepower, as well as a turbo diesel engine making 112 horsepower. In terms of performance, these cars were not anything special, but where they really shined was on the off-road. Many versions offered some fairly advanced off-roading technology for the time, including shift on the fly 4-wheel drive, a grade logic system that automatically downshifted on steep grades, and even a limited slip differential. Trooper also used independent front suspension, allowing a better riding experience, but unfortunately ISUZU no longer sells vehicles in the American market. Finding parts can be a bit difficult. The ISUZU Trooper is a fantastic vehicle. You can pick one up right now for under $5,000. All you have to do is slap some tires on it, get a suspension upgrade, and you will be slaying on the off-road. If you're like many people and hate Jeeps, but you still want a capable off-road vehicle, well, maybe you should check out the Suzuki Samurai. The Suzuki Samurai has a long off-road history, and it begins 20 years before the car was even offered in the United States. Suzuki was a thriving automotive manufacturer in Japan, specializing in smaller displacement engines. Suzuki saw the need for a capable off-road vehicle in Japan and decided to partner up with Mitsubishi to make what they called the small Jeep, or the Suzuki Jimmy. After the success of the Jimmy, Suzuki decided to sell it in the States under the Samurai badge. The US version had a carbureted 1.3 liter overhead cam 4-cylinder engine delivering 63 horsepower and 74 feet-pound of torque. It was noisy and slow, and it took 17 seconds for it to reach 60 miles an hour. It had a quarter-mile time of 20.4 seconds. By no means were these cars fast, but they were practically unbeatable on the off-road. Suzuki had an MSRP of only $6,500, which is only about $1,500 in today's money. In 1990, the Samurai was updated. It got a full throttle body, fuel injection, a slight bump in horsepower, as well as upgraded suspension. But unfortunately, the Suzuki experienced a decline in sales, which led Suzuki to cancel the Suzuki Jimmy in the American market. Fortunately, these cars are really cheap. You can find them anywhere on Facebook Marketplace for even as low as $1,500. I would argue that they're one of the best bang for your buck 4x4s on this list, and surprisingly, these cars were fairly reliable and extremely customizable. Despite the lack of power, these are incredible little cars, and they will serve you well on the off-road. The Nissan Xterra is a wolf in sheep's clothing, because on the outside, this Nissan looks like nothing. You practically see them everywhere, and I bet your friend's mom drives one. But don't be quick to judge, because the Nissan Xterra is a force to be reckoned with. The second generation Xterra debuted at the New York International Auto Show in 2004 using Nissan's F-Alpha platform. The second generation had a naturally aspirated V6 engine producing a whole 261 horsepower. This car was fairly ahead of its time, and it even offered a rear differential locker designed for off-roading. The Xterra came with a 6-speed manual transmission or a 5-speed automatic. The car was also offered with either part-time 4-wheel drive or 2-wheel drive. The second generation brought with it a couple of rugged trim models. First was the off-road trim, followed by the Pro 4X. Each delivered a small suspension lift, under-vehicle armoring, knobby tires, blisting shocks, and electronically locking rear differential. These cars were fairly well received, but sales started to fall, resulting in the discontinuation of the Xterra. Used parts can be found everywhere as these things are still dirt cheap, and if you're looking at buying a used Xterra, make sure that you are aware of any frame rust, as these cars are known for rust problems that can eventually result in expensive, costly repairs. The Xterra is a capable, quick, fun off-road vehicle that will not break the bank. The Toyota RAV4 is truly ahead of its time. Often considered one of the first compact crossover SUVs, the RAV4 is a stylish four-wheel drive economy car produced from 2000 all the way to 2004. The RAV4 was designed for people who wanted a car that had most of the benefits of the SUVs, such as increased trunk space, higher visibility, and the option of four-wheel drive, along with handling and fuel economy of a compact car. RAV4's name is an abbreviation of recreational active vehicle with four-wheel drive, so you know this vehicle was built with off-roading in mind. The American model was only available in a 5-door configuration, and it came with a 2.4-liter inline 4-cylinder engine that produced 150 horsepower and a diesel model that made 158 horsepower. From 2000 to 2004, the RAV4 experienced a facelift and some other updates. This included improved equipment, the safety structure was improved, and vehicle stability control was made standard. Fun fact, the second generation of RAV4 had the highest proportion of female drivers among all makes and models in the United States, with a possible exception of the new Volkswagen Beetle and the NA Miata. RAV4 has independent front suspension and built-in tire pressure gauge and an optional Torsen limited slip differential, which makes it perfect for crawling. The RAV4 is a great off-roader and has a big community where parts are widely available and cheap. Not only is the Lexus RX350 a fantastic SUV, it's also a fantastic overlanding vehicle. Lexus being Toyota's luxury brand, these cars are incredibly reliable and luxurious. The Lexus RX330 was produced from 2003 to 2007. It came with a 3.3-liter V6 that made a total of 230 horsepower. The idea of taking it off-road has barely crossed anyone's mind back when it was new, because it was pretty ridiculous considering the uneven off-road capabilities and a relatively high price of about $40,000. Doing it with a 4Runner or a Jeep was much more simple and less extreme, so no one would even bother getting their RX dirty. 10 years later, the car has hit a massive depreciation curve, and car enthusiasts started to realize how capable the RX was, and Overland builds became more and more popular. The car came exclusively with a 5-speed automatic transmission and was offered with a front-wheel drivetrain or an all-wheel drive system. The car came with many luxury features such as height-adjustable air suspension on the all-wheel drive models, dynamic laser cruise control system, tire pressure monitoring, 4-wheel drive independent suspension, and even rain-sensing wipers. Despite this being a luxury SUV, it is a beast in the snow, sand, and even dirt. All-wheel drive and independent suspension makes this fantastic for the off-road. This car is perfect for any road condition while still being comfortable and a fantastic daily driver. That is it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed this video or if it brought you value, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I'm making these videos for free and it really helps the channel out. I will see you guys in the next one.